Oh, hi, bakers and haters and everyone. I know there's going to be a dirty delete, so although I'm not feeling good, I've got to do this video because she's going to dirty delete. It is hilarious. It goes on because you know that her lady crush, Trisha Paytas, I guess, is pregnant, and so that's LBL's spirit animal, Trisha Paytas, because Trisha Paytas made her millions by masturbating on camera. And although she openly showed her very female parts and she is female, she does prefer to be called a they them. So I am still just not great with the terms. But anyway, so they are pregnant. If I say they are pregnant and it's referring to one person, it's very confusing. Our language needs to find better terms because it's just so confusing. I mean, honestly, my kid said that the okay, how was it? The person giving him a ride is a they them. And I did not know that. So he was like, I need a ride because they're not here. I'm like, well, where are they? I don't know where they are. Well, okay, well, if one of them isn't there, where's the other? No, they're not there. I mean, imagine how that goes with a teenager. It goes back and forth. And then these teenagers, they change their names all the time too. So they could be talking about one person, but it sounds like five different people. So it's very, very difficult to be a mother of teenagers these days, I'm telling you. So anyway, I was listening to Miss Mensa herself, and yes, she said that she is a member of Mensa, if you missed that. And she's talking about how natural of a mother she was, and just mothering came to her so natural because she was older. So she says, I cannot make this up. I'm telling you, she's going to dirty delete it. I cannot believe that her loyal subbies have not caught this, but that's a testament to how stupid people are following the stupid person. And the one village idiot has a village full of idiots because nobody has caught on to what she said, and it is so terrible. Okay, the first minor thing she said was basically stupid. Is she said, "Oh yeah, well you calculate you the doctors, they don't really know when you're gonna have a baby. They just give you a guess, and so it's like from when you missed your period, and they tell you it's a 9 months from that." No, it's not. It's from the first date of your last menstrual period. A pregnancy is 40 weeks. It is not 9 months. That's an old colloquial term guessing. It is 40 weeks, and it is down to the date. I mean, they had the little charts, and they had them even when she was pregnant with Burke 22 years ago. But she has to stupidify everything. So then I kid you not, she says, well, and she just knew when she was in labor because, the doctors had went and stripped her membranes. I'm sure they went shoulder deep in that. But because her in-laws were in town and they must have thought that it was fine. Okay, that's saying that, yeah, you're at the end of the pregnancy. They can, kind of, get the cervix kind of doing its thing. They can strip your membranes, make it so that it's more ripe and prime. That's a common thing to do in the last, couple of weeks. It's not like it was special, but everything's special for Lori Beth. So anyway, apparently some doctor got shoulder deep and stripped her membranes, and then, I kid you not, she said, well, she just knew because she did all of her research. So when she got up in the middle of the night and she wiped, there it was, meconium. She just knew. Okay, did you hear what I just said? That's what she just said. Meconium. So she goes in, and it's very uncomfortable because she's got the meconium coming out, and she wasn't wearing underwear, and it was just very uncomfortable for her. And so then they had to go and put on the Pitocin, which is the devil drug, and Goonie couldn't count the contractions right, so she had to keep yelling at him. And then he went into his heart rate did something, and then they took her in for surgery and her arms were strapped down, and then they kept trying to give birth to different Indian people, and finally they found the right recovery stall that she was in and gave birth to her. I cannot make this up. Now, what she had meant to say is amniotic fluid, okay? She said meconium. Meconium is when the baby shits in utero, and it is an absolute emergency. Fetal distress. If that baby inhales that, it can cause very terrible form of pneumonia, or the baby can die. So she's saying that she wiped and there it was meconium, and she knows because she researched and she studied so well. So she was a very good first time mother. So when she wiped and she saw the meconium, she just knew, and they went to the hospital. I can't make this up. There is nobody. There is nobody who would repeat that word, that sentence. There is nobody. There is nobody. And she kept saying meconium instead of amniotic fluid. I mean, and if she didn't preface it with saying that she just knew because she had done all of the research, and plus she's smart, like, fuck off, okay? I was barely 17 and I knew when my water broke, and I didn't call it meconium. I damn well knew that if my baby would have shit itself, I would have known. I mean, honestly, but then she said too, this is how you know she's such a fucking liar, because she said that after 42 hours, then they did the C-section. No, once your water breaks, you cannot go longer than 24 hours. It's a hard and fast rule. And yes, it was even back in 22 years ago. But this just backs up my story that she was so fat and lazy she wouldn't participate in the birth process. If Goonie wasn't understanding how to count her labor pains, then tell him how. You're the one who did the research and everything. I mean, why act like this is something that Goonie did that messed up your whole entire birthing process? And she says recovery stall. She's in a freaking trough. I mean, and maybe they didn't have appropriate sized beds and equipment for her. And maybe they did have to take her to the vet. I don't know. But if you have a C-section, you're not in a recovery stall where they're handing off the baby and being like, is this one yours? Is this one yours? Will you be its mom? It doesn't work like that. Like, if we didn't already suspect that 99% of what she says is complete lies, this confirms it. And I mean, I'm not out to attack anybody's birth story. That is something that's, very cherished and personal. But this one is pure bullshit. I cannot believe it. I mean, like I say, it's going to get dirty deleted, so go and get it and laugh while you can. And the comments, they're just saying, oh, how special you shared your birth story, and oh, how wonderful, and what a wonderful mother. Not one of these idiots has caught on that she was saying that Burke was a shithead with a big meconium birth. I mean, so that, and maybe she was just leaking shit. I don't know, but come on. And it was very, very uncomfortable. It was very uncomfortable. Yeah, when your water breaks, it's not great. I mean, I little did the doctors know, they wouldn't listen to me, but I had too much of it with my second one, and I'm not even kidding. Unless my water broke, and I mean, all the way to the hospital, and then I'm standing there. I got my leggings on and little slip-ons, and it was just pooling out of my shoes and onto the parking garage. And this poor nurse had to come and help me because it was just all over. But did I ever once say, and making me very uncomfortable? No. No, I'm not going to say it's uncomfortable. And then, yeah, I had to have Pitocin a couple of times. I mean, yes, it is the devil drug. On my fourth one, I hyperstimmed to it, so there was no break between the contractions. But I mean, and these are the things that are very trivial in the grand scheme of the birthing process. And it just gives you an insight into how much she has to make it about herself. Because I didn't even remember like the Pitocin, until she said something about it, it's just her birth story is a lie. It's a lie. I'm sure that, she went, her water broke, and she just went there and laid there like a helpless pile of blubber and cried and demanded everything from everybody and wouldn't do anything and screamed at Goonie and his family. And someone had to go in and fish the baby out. And then try and give it to other people. I mean, that's basically summing up what she said. I mean, You can't make this up. But for not even one of her subbies to say, "Oh, you mean amniotic?" Because see, that would be they'd be exiled if they did. But the fact that they're not even commenting on it to that effect makes me think that they don't know the difference either. I mean, these are very, very scary people that don't know the difference. So you have to go and listen to this. You have to go and listen. And then I was warned by one of my cahoots that she walked in on Doobie bathing himself, and she's enthralled with the size of his red rocket. So I'll have to go and do that. And then I guess she was eating pearls yesterday too. So I've got to go and see that. But yeah, I just wanted you to, go and listen to Miss Mensa's birth story for yourself so you can laugh. And yeah, good luck. Thanks for listening. Have a great week. Bye bye.